Hi, it is the 13th of September 2022 and the RADX AlphaNet will be launching soon. Scrypto has been available for developers for several months now and things are starting to hot up. So let's learn some Scrypto from the beginning as if we didn't know what we were doing, which we don't. So I've stripped back my computer. I have a laptop. All I have on the laptop is a recycle bin, Camtasia Studio so I can record this, Microsoft Edge and a folder to store all of our files. Let's get cracking. So navigate to radixtalk.com. If you don't have an account, create one. If you have an account, log in. I have an account, so I'm going to log in. All things Radix are discussed here, but what we need to navigate to developers, Scrypto, and then there is a 10-week course on learning Rust and Scrypto. So we're going to log into week 1, and week 1 will show us how to install and set up the environment for Rust and Scrypto. Now at this point it becomes system specific. If you've got a Mac, you need to follow James Yeo's instructions. And if you've got Windows, then we're going to follow Austin's instructions. I'm on Windows, so we're going to follow Austin. So let's see. So install Rust. So let's click this and it takes us to the Rust page. I have a 64-bit system. So again, we just follow the instructions step by step. Okay, so now we need to install something. So a Visual Studio installer. So we'll take the quick install, which is number 1. Continue. And there is no getting away for this. We have to go through these steps. So go and make yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee or whatever and come back in about 10 minutes. And now we have to switch off and restart. So let's do that. Alright, so I've restarted and now what do I need to do? I don't need to download it again, so I have a downloaded copy, so let's go into my downloads and let's open this. And it takes us to the next stage of the install in the shell and have a quick look at this. And we want to proceed with the installation, which is option 1. And now we have to wait again. All right, we are done. Rust is now installed. So let's go back to Austin's instructions and do the next step. And Austin says we should now install Visual Studio Code. So let's do that. And I suspect there's going to be a lot of waiting coming up. Open the file, agree to everything, accept the defaults. Visual Studio Code. Yes, let's have a desktop icon and let's install it. So again, I think you're going to be drinking another cup of tea or coffee. We've got some waiting coming up. Well, that was fast, much faster than I anticipated. And we are basically started. So we'll come back to all the color schemes later. Let's see what else we have to do now. Install the Rust Analyzer from Visual Studio Marketplace. So I think we get that from here, the Rust Analyzer. We do. Let's install that. And we're now enabled. And let's go back to Austin. Install desktop development with C++ with build tools for Visual Studio 2019. So let's have a look at this. Here we are. Yes, build tools. Yes, we do. Before we get started, we need to set up a few things so we can configure our installation. Okay. Now, where are we at? We want desktop development with C++. So we want that. 6.6 gigabytes. So I guess now is a good time to go and have another cup of coffee. All right, so we're done there. Now let's have a look and see what else. All right, install LLVM, a low-level virtual machine. Make sure you tick the option that adds LLVM to the system path so your computer can find it. So I'm sitting in a hotel room doing this through the hotel's internet, so I've got a bit of a lag. So we agree to everything and we want to add it to the path. For me, I'm going to take all users because it makes no difference. And we're done. So where does that leave us? Let's go back to Austin. Austin is the man. Radix talk. So we've done that. Install Git if you don't already have it. Well, we don't because we've got nothing. So let's do install Git. Installing Git on Linux, on a Mac, installing on a Windows. And there are a few ways to do it. The most official build is available for download on the Git website. Just go there and the download will start automatically. So that seems like the one that we want. The simplest version. 64-bit. And we're doing it. And we agree with everything. Let's just follow all the defaults. And we are finished. So let's go back to Austin. All right, let's have a look at this and see what we have actually done. Visual Studio Code has been installed. Now, if we go to View and we view the terminal, it opens up a terminal down here. And I installed everything in a username Lucy M. And I installed Cargo, version 1.63.0, and I installed Rust, which is the same version. Now I need to install Scrypto. So let's go back to Austin. So Austin says we need to add WebAssembly. So here we take this whole line here, Rust up target to the unknown part. Copy it, go back in here and paste it. And let's ignore that and not give feedback for now. And let's go in here, let's enter. We're going to take this whole section here and it's going to take us to Git and it's going to download and install everything we need to run Scrypto. Okay, now don't be alarmed at this. You think it might be stuck at certain places, but it's not. It takes a while. On my system, round about 195, 196, it was taking 5 to 10 minutes to actually get moving again. So just be patient and it will all come good in the end. Okay, so we're done and we have now set up a Scrypto environment. And just a quick example here, if I now go into radix DLT Scrypto and I type Scrypto new package and let's call it test. And then if we open up the folder here and have a look, we have set up a Scrypto package that we can then work with. All right, so everything works as expected. Now, Austin and myself, we've been taking this information from the Rust language book, which you can get here, and it goes through chapter by chapter and explains Rust. And along with that, there's a YouTube series by Get Rusty. and he has made a video of each chapter. So if you want more in-depth information, you've got the book and you've got Get Rusty. If you're happy just doing the basics and getting enough so you can get on with Scrypto, then I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye now.